Namaste. Welcome to the 4th edition of Systems Integration India Awards. The past 18 months have been very difficult for all our friends in India, and we hope we will all recover from this pandemic soon. On a lighter note, we are very pleased to announce that for this year's awards, we have a record number of 55 entries from 40 companies. We also have entries for all the 5 categories, which are corporate, education, government, hospitality, and infotainment. In keeping with our tradition, I'm happy to finally reveal our judges for this year's competition.
Owen Ellis was also our SIIA India Awards judge for 2019. The AV User Group is a professional, independent organization that provides a forum for those responsible for their organization's audiovisual systems and services. Duncan Lugstein. CTS is an Australian privately owned company since 2001, with over 50 employees nationally, deriving revenue from a diversified portfolio of audio-visual services and intelligent workplace technology. Andrew Reardon. Creative Technology is one of the world's leading suppliers of specialist audio-visual equipment for the live events and permanent installation markets. Jay Rogina. Founded in 1986, Spinatar is a leading systems design and integrations firm dedicated to providing its clients with custom audio, visual, and communication solutions and services with a team of over 100 individuals. Brett Steele. The PA People based in Sydney, Australia, celebrated its 50th anniversary this year, with some of their more prominent projects including the Sydney 2000 Olympic site, the Sydney Opera House, and 10 stadiums in major cities on the East Coast, among many different vertical segments. Patrick Whipke. USAV bonds pro AV affiliates into an elite industry team and provides clients with the benefit of a wide network of pro AV specialists and personal relationships with local AV experts. In line with the International Partner Expansion Program, TSI APAC Hub was launched and powered by USAV to serve the Asia-Pacific region. Todd Hutchins. USIS Audiovisual designs, integrates, and services audiovisual, IT, and communications infrastructure, and security and access control systems, providing the cross-functional design-build expertise essential to today's digital and built environment tech stacks.
We'd like to thank all our esteemed judges for setting aside precious time to help judge the entries for these awards. If you want more details about judges, please visit the SIIA India Awards website. Of course, this awards presentation will not be possible without our partners. We also like to acknowledge and thank our partners for their commitment to the industry and the awards. They are
Category Partners: Bayer Dynamic, Christie, Harman, Kramer, and Schur. Partners: Aoto, Clear One, Crestron, and Jabra. In collaboration with Infocom India, Go Virtual. And special thanks to Avixa for supporting the awards.
This year, we are focused on more than just the awards. We commissioned the production of 2 videos to capture the essence of what the AV industry has gone through and how we overcame some of these challenges. Before we go to the first video, let's hear from Ram Bhavanashi, our awards co-organizer.
Namaste, my friends. Thank you for joining us this evening. This year, due to the difficulties we have faced since about mid-last year, we felt that our awards had to be more than just about winning a recognition for excellent work. We wanted the awards to be about bringing the AV community even closer. It would be about sharing the pain that all of us have gone through and about the determined resilience many of us have not let the situation bring us down. We also wanted to share the uplifting stories and to encourage the industry to stay the course. Thus, our theme for this year's awards is celebrating the AV determination. Many of us have experienced over the last 18 months losses of maybe family members, close friends, and even colleagues. As such, we have created a tribute video to honor them. We were not able to cover everyone for that matter, but we hope this symbolic video lets everyone know that those lost will always hold a special place in our hearts.
My father, Darbir Singh Panesa, he had a dream. He used to be in government service and he always wanted to do something on his own. And he really motivated me to do something productive, even during holidays. He never used to spare me. Then by the time I did my college, I was sure that I want to do business, and because of his support and guidance, the company was started.
Sheikh and us happened sometime in 2015. The moment he said yes, things started falling in place. A new office, additional resources, my relocation into Bangalore from Bombay, all happened thanks to Sheikh. Sheikh not only mentored and guided me in terms of how I should plan my movement, he was like an elder brother who thought about family, thought about different aspects.
2015 is when Bose was actively looking out for a marketing specialist to sort of help us position our brand, and that's when I got to start interacting with Vishal. He came in for an interview and he got selected, and since then I've known him.
To put it in a nutshell, or overall brief about Shamim is he joined Sigma Byte in the year 2015 as an assistant project manager in Bangalore itself. He has handled a pretty large clientele base in the form of VMware, Apple, Juniper sort of projects.
I never honestly took Sheikh seriously during his previous roles. But as we moved forward, he came across as someone who was genuine. His intentions were clean in terms of what he wanted to achieve. While he wanted to make sure that his company profits from our projects, he always wanted to keep that human element going.
Normally, when you interview someone from a marketing profile, the expectation is somebody who is quite flamboyant, who speaks a lot, who's loud. My first reaction when I was interviewing him was, does he fit the bill? Is he going to be able to do justice to it? And believe me, the way he sort of structured the discussion, that completely got us excited. So he had those two faces. One face was a very quiet face, a very introvert one. The other was, a very passionate guy, making sure that the work has to be done to the T. So he was a perfectionist in whatever he got done.
I would say that the overall environment that he used to create in terms of the comfort and the easiness that was there was only because of Shamim. However tough situation, he used to never get tensed. So I used to always tell my other teammates that I think the tagline for Shamim would be service with a smile at the end of the day, and that's what he was basically.
You can be distracted very easily in this world, but he was very focused, and that is what he taught me. He had been my rock solid support, not only a father but a friend, guide and a philosopher.
The best moments are the moments which are outside of work, when you are probably out on a picnic, on a recreation, or traveling overseas on some assignment. In fact, I have a very interesting story to tell you. We were in Chennai for a prospect, and it so happened that this particular gentleman whom we were supposed to meet was at the construction site, and he was on the 10th floor. Construction sites usually have temporary lifts to take you up and down, and that lift was waiting for this gentleman on the 10th floor. And it so happened that Sheikh told me that, hey, this person is important for us, let's climb 10 floors. And I'm like, we can wait downstairs, half an hour, 40 minutes, we'll just wait in our car, let him come down, we'll say hi to him. I said, no, we're climbing up 10 floors and we'll say hi to him there. And we did that. The energy that he used to bring on the table could beat a kid coming out of college.
Vishal was, I would say, quite focused on his work, but he had that funny element also in him. And he used to rarely open up with a lot of people. But I think I was lucky enough. We spent a lot of time traveling, overseas together, attending a lot of business meetings together. So, I really loved his one-liners. That was just stress busters, believe me.
Sheikh was with me a week before on a Monday, and we spent the entire day together. The next day, he had some of his symptoms going up. He was coughing profusely, and we asked him to go back home. And Sheikh was admitted in the hospital, and that's when the news came to me that at around 10 or 9:45 that night, Sheikh suffered cardiac arrest and he passed away.
We were planning our new office inauguration, and he was handling the branding part of it. And then I think about 3-4 days later, I just heard from him that he's not keeping well. Obviously, once the test results came in, it was COVID. I think about 7-8 days after his hospitalization, I just received a call from his father saying that he's no more. We were a very close-knit team, and we were completely shattered hearing this news.
10:30 in the night on May 3rd, I still remember, and that's when my colleague called me and told me that Shamim is having some issues with his health. So I just asked him, what do you mean? I mean, he was all fine, but that's when he interacted with his wife. So she told him that he basically is coughing very badly and is spitting out blood. And that's when it disturbed me a lot, that spitting out blood is something which is not a healthy sign. I only pray to God that he should be coming out of it, because what I understood is it was a peak pandemic time, and he was refused by many hospitals for his early treatment, or even in the terms of getting an ambulance. So his wife literally used to go hospital to hospital in search of hospitals in a rickshaw. Then I think the next day morning, at about early morning 6 o'clock, is when I get a call from the same colleague by the name Noor, telling that Shamim is no more. We couldn't even think that this could happen to a guy like Shamim.
My father, whenever we used to have, when we used to have medical results, his results used to be better. He said, okay, I got a better count than you. What are you doing? You have to look after yourself. And when he had COVID, so his, oxygen levels and everything was fine for the first 4 to 5 days. On the 5th day, when it went down, so we were a bit concerned. We had oxygen cylinders at home, and we immediately on the 6th morning, when the oxygen level went down, we gave it to him, and I said, yes, Dad, you will be fine. And when his oxygen level went to 45, I went to him, Dad, would you like to go to the hospital? He said, no, I don't want to go to any hospital. I would like to be here. But looking at him at 45, he stood up because he didn't want to dirty his sheets. He stood up, and my daughter said, okay, why don't you hold my hand? He said, no, I don't want to hold your hand. He had a stick, he walked to the toilet, and of course I went with the cylinder. When he came back, he said, make me lie down. I put him on the bed, and he just smiled and went on.
The real sad story around Sheikh's demise is the fact that he was priming for his elder son's marriage in the month of November last year. He had an exhaustive list of 800 guests that he wanted to invite for the marriage, and he said, I'll make sure that all 800 come. I'll make sure that I'll go to their house, pick them up if they are willing to come. He said, that's the kind of relationship I have with them.
We've grown up together is what we can say. The entire team misses him. We usually, again, while having lunch or while, just on a Teams call, we often, just discuss about him. We still miss him, So it's a big loss, if you ask me, honestly. No words to describe that.
He was very, very, honest about his approach to the customer, telling that this is what I will do, X, Y, Z, this is a time frame I'll do, and this is how I'll commit and complete a project. So that's what was basically liked by many customers. And in fact, they were like, oh, don't tell me that he's no more. I mean, you have lost a wonderful asset.
I always kind of think about what would Sheikh do if he was there with me right now. Will he approach this opportunity immediately? Will he take risk? Will he think long term? That's the kind of mindset not just me, probably most of my colleagues also carry. And for him, it was always thinking long term, having a stable approach towards how we are moving forward. At the same time, making sure that we are putting our best foot forward.
So when I see him, always being there, and I still consider, he is there. And whenever I'm, currently also, if I get into some problem, whatever, I look up to him and think what he would have done at this particular time. And then I try to, understand from his mind that this is the way to proceed, and that is how, he's still guiding me, the light is still guiding me.
6 years is not a small time. We've always obviously learned a lot from him, his experience, his expertise. I myself have learned a lot of tricks of the game in terms of marketing. So we would certainly want to apply all of that, whatever we've learned from him. And yes, he can't be replaced if you ask me. But yes, we can at least try that, we can come close to what he was doing. That I think will be a tribute from our side to Vishal, who's helped us build this brand in India.
We, as the AV industry, must continue to press on and let our work be a badge of honor for those who have left us. So in that spirit, let us now celebrate AV determination with our awards program. For these awards, we will only be highlighting the top 2 finalists for each category and budget tier. For budget tiers with only 1 entry, if the points scored by that entry is the same as the average of the winners in that category, it will be awarded as a highly commendable project. We will also be recognizing and awarding consultants for the winning projects. Before we proceed with our first award, let us hear from our corporate category partner, Bayer Dynamic, and one of the judges for the category.
Greetings from Biodynamic. We have been part of this award ceremony since its inception. So this year we are going for the corporate award because I feel this is very dynamic environment. We have home offices, we have collaboration spaces, so there is always a scope of innovation. So I wish the winner all the best. Stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you.
Now, let us get on with the awards presentation. Our finalists for the budget range of between 1 to 4 crore in the corporate category are
Online Instruments India and Sigma AVIT Technology Solutions with Consultant, MPS Interactive.
And the winner is Sigma AVIT Technology Solutions and Consultant MPS Interactive. Congratulations! Next up are finalists for the budget range of between 5 to 10 crore. And they are
AV Integration Distribution, India, and Godrej AV Solutions with Consultant, 3CDN Workplace Tech.
And congratulations, the winner is AV Integration Distribution, India. Our finalists for our final budget range of 11 crore and above for the corporate category are
Play and AV Integration Distribution, India with Consultant HMPL Consulting.
And the winner for the budget range of 11 crore and above for the corporate category is none other than Play. Congratulations. Before we move on to the education category, let us first hear from our education category partner, SIIA, and one of the judges for the category.
Being a parent, I have first-hand knowledge and experience of how the pandemic has affected and continues to affect students, parents, Faculty of Educational Institutions. Like our peers in the industry, the team at SIIA India are proud to see how AV has helped students and teachers stay connected. As vaccinations continue in the country, we look forward to the increase in hybrid education implementations using AV technology. SIIA India is committed to supporting our partners and customers here in the subcontinent with the best-in-class audio solutions that enable all forms of learning, and we congratulate the winner in the education category of this year's System Integration India Awards. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Duncan Lugstein, Managing Director of Corporate Technology Services in Sydney, Australia. It's a privilege to be a judge in the 2021 Systems Integration India Awards. Thank you for that. The projects themselves were all very interesting, but what impressed me the most is the determination of all entries to complete the projects not only to a high standard but on time during a global pandemic. That's to be commended in itself. What was clear from the circumstances and reading them was the high level of pride that you all took in the projects, but not only that, the high level of pride in how it would assist in the education of those who use the facilities in the future. That type of integrity and self-sacrifice is what makes me love the audiovisual industry. So congratulations, because to get this far is an achievement in itself, and all the best in the awards.
Our finalists for the budget range of between 1 to 4 crore for the education category are
Hansa Pictures and Protronics Technologies.
And the winner is Protronics Technologies. Congratulations. For the next budget range of between 5 to 10 crore, the judges awarded the highly commendable award to Godraj AV Solutions. We also like to recognize the consultant for this project, Jacob CES. Congratulations to both companies. As we move on to the government category, let us now hear from our government category partner, Kramer, and our judge for this category.
Hi, I'm Kirti Shetty, Director of Operations at Kramer Electronics India. During these tough pandemic times, different stakeholders of the industry have stood united to overcome the challenges posed by the rapid changing business environment. SIIA Awards and SIIA India have always kept us connected by covering the industry developments and reaching out to more stakeholders. At Kramer, we are pleased to be part of SIIA Awards as sponsors to drive the cause of staying connected and appreciate the efforts of everyone involved to create and deliver technology excellence. I wish all participants and winners loads of success in their upcoming milestones.
Hello, everyone. I really enjoyed judging the government category for these awards. There was a lot of stiff competition, a lot of great projects with some really cool nuances to all the different projects. I particularly liked, the common theme that I really saw, which was very interesting, was the fact that everyone had extremely tight timelines, not only from turnaround to completion, but also dealing with COVID and all those types of issues as well. I really think everyone did a fantastic job, and I totally get the tight timelines. As I used to be an integrator, I know that government facilities in particular were always very highly used facilities, so dealing with those tight timelines is always very challenging. So long days, late nights, weekends, I totally understand and get it. So I appreciate all that you guys did, and I really enjoyed judging this category. Thanks so much.
Our finalists for the budget range of between 1 to 4 crore in the government category are
Actis Technologies with Consultant, IHD Technology, and Viz Experts.
And the winner is Viz Experts. Congratulations. Our finalists for a final budget range of 11 crore and above in the government category are
Larbotech and Pan in Telecom with Consultant, Design Habit.
And the winner is Pan in Telecom and Consultant Design Habit. Congratulations. Up next is our hospitality category. Let us first hear from our hospitality category partner, Harman, and again from one of the judges for this category.
As industry colleagues, we would all agree that the last 2 years have been the toughest that our industry has faced. We all have gone through significant personal and professional challenges during these times. However, when we look back, we would realize that the worst is over and there is light at the end of the tunnel. I would request you all to not give up now because the future is much brighter.
Hello, I was honored to be the judge of the hospitality segment of this year's SIIA Awards, especially since hospitality was one of the industries most affected by the global pandemic, and one in which technology, including audiovisual systems, has become the foundation for its return. While each project is different, including unique challenges, fielded work in the middle of the lake, projector lists clashing with HVAC systems, convention center acoustics, a 51-foot ceiling, working in an operational hotel, a new category of hotel, too close to the sea, a common thread ran through all of them, and that was the team. I was inspired by each nominee's gratitude to their team's dedication and hard work, and how challenges were overcome by the teamwork. You should all be very proud of your accomplishments. Wishing the best of luck to all nominees.
Our finalists for the budget range for hospitality between 1 to 4 crore are
Crescendo AV and Cubics.
And the winner is Crescendo AV. Congratulations. For the budget range of between 5 to 10 crore in the hospitality category, the highly commendable award goes to Xeron Technologies and consultant Sunny Sarid. Congratulations. For the budget range of 11 crore and above in this category, the highly commendable award goes to Extreme Media. Congratulations. We have come to the final award category, and thanks for staying with us thus far. Please do continue to stay with us as we have another inspirational video to share later. Our final category is the infotainment category. Again, let us first hear from our infotainment category partner, Christy, and one of the judges.
On the onset, a lot of gratitude to the team at SIIA for allowing us to partner for this platform, which recognizes the work put in by and the efforts by our industry colleagues. This particular category, which is the infotainment slash the experiential installs, is very close to all of us at Christie, specifically because the way it our history and the rich culture is depicted across all of these applications is almost breathtaking at times. Finally, a heartfelt congratulations to all the winners. I'm sure it would have been a tough one for the judges. Thank you and take care of all.
It's been a privilege to be part of the awards this year. The infotainment category has a wide variety of submissions from corporate facilities, houses of worship, museums, as well as public spaces and utilities. The submissions were all of a high standard. Each project met and overcame significant issues to deliver some great outcomes. I'm sure that each system has met the expectations of their end users. I wish everyone involved a prosperous year ahead, where you design and create great new systems to assist your customers.
Our finalists for the budget range of between 1 to 4 crore for the infotainment category are
Cubics and Tricolor India Shao Spill with consultant Drona Foundation.
And the winner is Tricolor and consultant Drona Foundation. Congratulations. Next up, our finalists for the budget range of between 5 to 10 crore. And they are
Collaboration and Communication Technologies with Consultant, EDC Creative Technology Solutions, and Vardiyani Power with Consultant, Rhino Engineers.
This was a very tight race, separated by only a point. And the winner is Collaboration and Communication Technologies and Consultant, EDC Creative. Congratulations. For the budget range of 11 crore and above for infotainment, the highly commendable award goes to Nolabel Immersive Experiences and consultant CEPT. Congratulations. Congratulations to all the winners. But more importantly, congratulations to all who participated as you showed determination and perseverance in completing your projects to the full satisfaction of your clients. We would now like to share a few words from Infocom Asia, who are the organizers of Infocom India Go Virtual.
To all our friends in India, warmest greetings from all of us at Infocom Asia. This year's SIIA Awards offer renewed hope and vigor to an industry already battered by the pandemic. And we are proud to be associated with this event that will take place in conjunction with Infocom India 2021. It brings to light our ability to find opportunities and solutions in the face of challenges and celebrates perseverance amid crisis. It is for the same reason that we at Infocom Asia have decided to organize Infocom India Go Virtual for the second year running at no charge to almost all our exhibitors. We hope this event will provide the AV industry with another reason to come together and showcase their strength, innovation, and resilience in the face of continued challenges posed by the pandemic. We may not be able to change the direction of the wind, but we can adjust the sails and find a new path forward. It is this indomitable will to survive and thrive that will bring about a better tomorrow for all of us. And we stand proudly with all of you in marching forward together, shoulder to shoulder, towards a brighter future. Namaste.
Many in the AV industry in India have gone through challenges and struggles. It had been a time of consolidating and taking measures to safeguard businesses and the welfare of employees, whilst planning for future uncertainties. We have managed to capture some of these moments in our next video presentation. While we were not able to include all the stories from the industry, I'm sure many of you will be able to identify with this video.
A time like never before. Who would think that in a blink of an eye, it would all be gone? Empty spaces and empty faces. The tables had taken an ugly turn. Bare aisles lay screaming in front of us. Darkness slowly consuming them. Staring into blank screens, we said a silent prayer. Would those times return? Would those people return? The future looked bleak.
It disrupted everything. Rampant infections, hospitalizations, and loss of lives meant emotional setback for the most.
I think the first thing that comes to my mind is introspection, and reflection.
COVID-19 has affected everybody, in fact, in whether it is a small business or a medium or a big business,
The industry spans everyone from manufacturers, consultants and designers, integrators.
I think everybody was helpless at one point in time because no one knew what the future was. Like there was so much uncertainty in everything.
In terms of the life, the future as well, we were just hoping when the business would actually come back to normal. So
this took everybody in surprise, isn't it? Because nobody anticipated this thing coming. Everything went to a standstill because nobody had a solution to how to come out of this particular problem that we faced with, per se.
And honestly, a sense of disbelief initially, to then having it realized, and then having some sort of a game plan to figure out how do we navigate through this.
Everything that this business is about social gathering. It's about people coming together. it's the worst business to be, and since it's in entertainment, it's the last thing that's going to start and it is the first thing that's going to stop.
So there are companies who have gone on a very exciting journey, hiring people, a few dozens of staff, suddenly grew up to 200, 250, 300, and so. Having 250, 300 employees is good when you speak about the brand image, your operations, but when it comes to paying their salaries, it's a critical question. Their monthly revenues were not meeting the salaries of the employees as well, let alone making profits.
So see, our business is all related to tourism and live events, and everything was shut. There was no tourism happening, so
we had mega projects lined up, and in fact, we were doing a massive project in Bangladesh for which the equipment had already left. It had nearly crossed the border by road, and the rest of the gear had already gone to Bangladesh and was lying on Dhaka airport tarmac. And that equipment was on the tarmac for 120 days.
So first of all, your revenues got hit, your project got stalled, and you have lots of people who do not have work, and companies asking them to either take long leaves or stay back when things are improved. So it slowly started telling on their emotional quotient also got impacted.
In due course of time, yes, we had to let people go. See, the thing is that the company is very old. Some of my staff is older than me, basically. They are part of the company before I became part of the company. So letting them go was a little difficult and emotional thing for us. I mean, that was it. Because you have to pay salaries, you have to pay rent, you have to pay your EMIs.
You have even little things everything started becoming a big cost to you. There was a concern about the future, there was a concern about how we'd end up making ends meet.
And there was no source of income, there was zero business at that time. For 3 months, there was no business. So we were basically using our capital. You don't use our capital for expenditure, it is more for investment.
A hard period of time, given the fact of how unexpected some of the outcomes have been. We've lost friends, I know, in our industry as well. We've also lost a lot of personal ones that we've known who passed away a lot earlier than they should have.
And in the second lockdown, we had a personal loss. Our chairman, Mr. Dalbir Singh Panesa, we lost him, and that has been affected our organization quite a bit. To me, I was quite shaken. Yeah.
Hands close, hearts closer. Shoulder to shoulder, we stood, whispering to each other. Bas sabr karo, himmat rakho. This too shall pass. The journey was going to be hard, but we knew it had to be made.
While the pace is lost, the passion remained unaffected.
So I think that was the biggest call to action that I had, was that one is that I can't sit in one place for a moment. I have to keep innovating, keep thinking, keep trying and doing different things. And I always did that in audio. All I did was audio and nothing else.
Right? I couldn't think of doing something else except this. It was a dream from since childhood that have to join the business, have to take it forward. It's more of a legacy.
Ups and downs are a part of life. They help us keep moving. Because if you talk of a straight line in an ECG, that means you're dead.
And I read something a long time ago, a professional doesn't care what his profession is. And I think that was a very strong thing that got me to believe that I can do anything.
can sustain it is by diversifying. The resource and whatever we have built over a period of time, okay, that really helped us to sail through.
So the challenge was how to think out of the box and make things work. So that's the reason what we did was we started the government vertical. We started the healthcare vertical.
A lot of nature of projects has changed in the way we are doing it. A lot of the requests have changed. A lot of the actual delivery models and mechanisms have changed.
Innovation and adaptation. These two things have never been in so much sync in the industry. The new skill sets, new ways of doing things, and work culture that have been adapted will only augur well for the industry for now and the future.
Now the need of the hour was digital video productions. The need of the hour was to be able to shoot it, to be able to record it, to stream it, to produce it, and that's all I did.
AV as an industry is never going to die, and there's a lot of truth in that. It will keep evolving. In all of this, our customers stood behind us, and we carry a lot of legacy and vintage in terms of the number of years we've operated.
Businesses don't build people. It's the people who build business.
Walk strong, we echoed, as we pulled each other along. Our reality was beginning to look the same, but yet so different. With renewed hope and rekindled faith, we rose, stronger than before, resilient.
If you win without troubles, I say it's victory. But if you win with troubles, that's when you create history.
Tough times do not last, but tough people do.
भोर से पहले सबसे अंधेरा है, ये वक्त न ठहरा है, ये वक्त न ठहरेगा.
Now, let us hear from David Lebeskus, CEO of Avixa.
Good evening to my friends and colleagues in India. I speak to you today from Fairfax, Virginia, and I hope you all know how sincerely I wish that I was speaking with you in person. I've just 1 minute to share some thoughts from me on this night of celebration, and that has me reflecting on time itself. These past 18 months have changed the entire world and created uncertainty and unimaginable hardships. Many of us have been touched personally by the pandemic with the loss of a loved one or a colleague, and none of us have escaped the impact of the pandemic on our businesses, Avixa included. But time is my theme tonight. During these trying months, our industry has adapted and rose to the challenge that the new world has presented us with. We've shifted and adjusted our businesses to support content streaming instead of live events. We've helped the world double down on conferencing and collaboration solutions. And we've supported the growing dependence upon digital signage to guide people, share information, and create experiences that engage as well as inform. These solution areas are at the core of our industry's expertise. We've been there in the times of response, and we will be there in the future for the broader and faster adoption of all of these technologies. In these past months, COVID has changed the world, and AV has changed the way people experience the world. I'm most proud to be at the head of the association representing this industry. And at this moment in time, I'm most proud to be able to share in your celebration of that industry in India. Your resolute commitment to your craft and your resilience in response to the challenges you've faced deserves a bookend. I hope that this evening's celebrations are only the beginning of many future celebrations of success. And I, in closing, must share that I anxiously await the time that we will all be together again in person to share and learn for all of our community.
Thank you, Dave. When we decided to embark on this year's awards, Our goal was to try to communicate as close as possible the challenges and resilience of the AV industry in India, and of course, to share the human aspects, as there's no industry without the people. We hope that we have achieved this. Let's all continue to persevere, adapt, and innovate. We will emerge stronger than ever. Let us all look forward. Once again, I would like to thank our category partners, Bayer Dynamic, Christie, Harman, Kramer, and Shure. Our partners, Aoto, Clear One, Crestron, and Jabra, in collaboration with Infocom India Go Virtual, as well as Avixa for supporting the awards. Also, a big thank you to all of you who have contributed to celebrate AV determination in India. And we look forward to seeing you physically at next year's SIIA India Awards.